Oh, I know y'all seen this, right?
Primary voting is happening right now in Texas, and we need Jasmine Crockett to win. She is running for U.S. Senate, and if you want somebody that's going to fight for your right, if you want somebody to fight for your community, if you want somebody that's going to go up there and represent you and represent your issues, please vote for my sister Jasmine Crockett.
I just want to ask Cardi, okay, you backing her, cool. But what are you backing that she's fighting for? Let us know. Are you backing her that she's fighting for transgenders in women's sports? Transgenders in women bathrooms, women locker rooms, women dressing rooms? Because that's what Jasmine is fighting for. Are you backing her to keep illegal immigrants here that have raped women and essayed women? Because that's what she's fighting for. Are you backing her because she fight for mandatory vaccines? Because that's what she's fighting for. Are you backing her because she backs little kids transitioning? Because she backs that. That's what she's fighting for. So all y'all sassy, yeah, that's what y'all backing. Like, I want to know, really, that's what y'all backing? That's what y'all with? Okay, gotcha.
Got the ghetto gospel.
You know, I always wondered about Jasmine Crockett. I'm going to tell you my theory on this. Let's roll. This is the best of Jasmine Crockett.
I want to be clear that, like, law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening, per se.
Not necessarily prevent crimes. Oh, they solve them. That's why we don't call cops, right?
No one. I gotta get through this. 6 years ago, no one believed that I could become a state representative. The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation. Baby, because these people, they are crazy. Because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in the divorce. I'm like, ooh, that's got to be true because your lawyer would know that they going to lose it if they...
Okay. I'm going to tell you what I feel. This is my opinion. Of course, you came for my opinion. Like, subscribe, follow for more content. Check this out. You're dealing with somebody that has a personality disorder. You are. You're dealing, Jasmine Crockett has a personality disorder. That's it. Not in the sense of she's loony. Some people may argue and say that. No, I don't think she's loony. I think she just really, what's the best? She doesn't quite know who she is. Now, they get this with black Republicans. They call us coons. They say that we all these different things. But the reality of it, if you listen to her speak, a woman that has multiple degrees, had her own law office, came into politics in 2020, right? Got elected, to congressional office, became a congresswoman. She doesn't sound like somebody that really went to an Ivy League school or went to any school of any level of caliber with all the education that she's got. You're dealing with somebody that she just can't quite figure out who she is. Is she the educated black woman? Is she the educated black woman from money? Is she the educated black woman, but she's really hood? She's not hood. It's nothing hood about Jasmine Crockett. Never has been anything hood about her. And the reason she lost that race is simply because she's not authentic. She's not herself. People see her, and I always ask myself this question. Are you going to talk to people the same way you talk to your wife, the same way you talk to people that you know? Is that the way you talk to them? Do you talk to the people that know you with that level of shaking and wobbling your head? But Jasmine Crockett, I would say she doesn't, okay? I would say Jasmine Crockett has not a personality disorder. She's just unsure of who she is. She's not. Because if she knew who she was, she would project that and people would say, I know exactly who she is. They knew enough to say I didn't want her in place, right? They knew enough to say that. But Jasmine Crockett never really fooled anybody. That's the reason why she didn't make it.
She was one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Jasmine, the people of Dallas deserve better than a fake ghetto hood rat. Do they know you're a rich kid from Missouri?
A rich kid from Missouri. Woo, boy. That's Jasmine Crockett. She's a rich kid trying to be one of those kids that just stumbled onto the other side of the train tracks, and now you're over where all the other hood cats are, and you're like, hey, I'm hood like you. Yeah. My eyelashes, they get down like that. Do you think Jasmine Crockett had those long eyelashes when she was running for that position? No, she didn't. When she had her own business, she didn't have that. Jasmine has an issue of trying to be like Trump. A lot of these politicians do. We see it already with Gavin Newsom. We see it already even on the Republican side. Remember when DeSantis was trying to be like Trump? Just, I'm going to hit him hard. There's only one Trump. And that's the other portion of the personality disorder. You can't come to the grips of who you truly are. You're a black woman. You're not polarizing like Trump. Trump is polarizing. Trump will come out and say, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Sometimes could be, would be. I don't know. We'll check it out. That Trump can do that. Trump can say, listen, we're going to kick your ass. You can't do that. And she couldn't do that. So if you want to know why Jasmine Crockett lost, this is the reason why Jasmine Crockett lost. It wasn't because there wasn't enough black voters to vote her in. It wasn't because this guy came out of nowhere and only started his campaign 6 months before and got a bunch of money, and also the Spanish vote, and then also is a pastor and a clergyman, and all those things didn't matter. Even though his money bag was long coming out of nowhere, Jasmine couldn't beat it because he was authentically himself, whether you liked him or you didn't. But you knew what you were getting. With Jasmine, they didn't know what they were going to get. Is she going to be anti-Trump and everything is I'm just against Trump? You can't run your campaign on just against Trump. She had to run her campaign on the facts, the issues. Now, granted, you're talking to a woman that, what did she say? The police, it's not there to prevent crime. They're only there to, what? Investigate it when it's done?
Honestly, no one has testified of what crime they believe the president of the United States has committed. But when we start talking about things that look like evidence, they want to act like they blind. They don't know what this is. These are our national secrets. Looks like in the to me. This looks like more evidence of our national secrets, say on a stage at Mar-a-Lago. When we're talking about somebody that's committed high crimes.
That's the reason why.
Maybe because these people, they are crazy. Because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side.
They is. Now, would you expect that type of language from some woman that's been highly educated, going to some of the best schools in the country? She's got she became a lawyer, right? She's a lawyer, started her own firm, had to get clients to come in and convince them that she is the person best suited to handle their case. Come on, man. Is the stuff I can do as a podcaster, as a YouTuber, as a streamer. I can do there is. That's left to me. And even though I try to stay away from that language, I lower my cussing. and try to speak to you with a level of elegance. Elegance? Yeah. Jasmine ain't got none of that. Ain't, right? But when you're running for an office of being a congresswoman, and you're running for an office of actually for Senate, which kind of puts you over millions of people more, probably triple the amount that you had as a congresswoman. They expected a lot more from her. They didn't get it. Matter of fact, they got all the wrong stuff from her. And this is the reason why Jasmine Crockett didn't win. You have to know who you are. And the authenticity that Trump brings to the scene is you know what you're going to get with him. You're going to get somebody, if you say a certain question during a press conference, going to respond back to you with a thrashing. You know already. He carry a big stick. He loves carrying his big stick around, dragging it. But you know what you're getting. You pretty much know what you're getting. He's going to be polarizing. He's going to pop off. She kept trying to be like the people, Trump, and not being herself. And nobody likes a fake, man. Nobody likes that.
Are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it.
That's hairdresser talk. That's how you talk to the girls when you're at the hairdresser or the barbershop. And let's be for real, too. We like that type of conversation, but then we don't like it. It's cool in some parts of your speech and your discourse, but it's not cool like the whole discourse. If I wanted someone from the hood, if I wanted Ray, if I wanted Moesha to run for a Senate position, I would have put Moesha in a position to run for a Senate position. We didn't put Moesha in that position because Moesha, she's not Senate material. And we could tell from Jasmine, she wasn't Senate material. The voters said it already.
I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in the divorce. I'm like, ooh, that's got to be true because your lawyer would know that they going to lose it if they...
Jasmine.
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And
yelling.
you don't want
calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right.
Chair,
I don't know why
okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes
Not cute.
Ms. Green.
But obviously, in Trump's America, this is exactly what he wants. And the idea that one person can get out of line and commit such a horrific crime as shooting two National Guardsmen that never, ever asked to be here. In fact, we know the young lady that lost her life, specifically, we're saying that this is a waste of time. But now you want to go against every single immigrant. That doesn't make sense. And it's frankly not who we are, because if that's the case, let's talk about the white supremacists and how many of them need to be kicked out of this country, because
I don't know what her obsession with the white supremacists have to do with anything, but she just repeatedly went back to the white supremacists, the white supremacists, the white supremacists, the white supremacists. This is the thing. This is the thing. Just because they exist doesn't mean that they're the #1 hit person on your hit list. A lot of the times, the people who do the worst things to the black community, well, 99% of the time, I think it's like 98, they look just like the black people. That's why we have black on black crime, Jasmine Crockett. But you couldn't tell her anything different. Some of y'all keep feeling like, oh, what's wrong with her? This is the problem. A woman that doesn't know who she is. A woman that has no clue. A woman that's steadily she just keeps trying to conform or getting some type of race to meet or beat Donald Trump. Like, I don't get it. She wants to conform to the polarizing political climate. Oh, what Jasmine Crockett is, and I'm going to tell you, she is more of a content creator than she is a politician. I could have started off with that. Damn. But she is more of a content creator than she is a politician. She's a content creator first and a politician second. Whereas you have politicians that are politicians first and they do some content creation. Cool. That's what we pay for. We didn't pay for a content creator to actually run for political office. And she's more content creator than a politician.
I can guarantee you, I can track down more crimes that they've committed because overall, immigrants have a lower crime committal rate than white supremacists. But we don't want to talk about that in this country.
So during this wild and chaotic interview, Jasmine Crockett says that white supremacists need to be deported, since she is now rebuttaling and responding to Trump halting and taking away people's protected status for what has been uncovered in, of course, Minnesota, and also what happened with the Afghan alleged refugee who, again, took out an American active duty soldier. So she is saying that instead of that, we should deport white supremacists. So during this interview, this ended up taking an even crazier turn. She says that she is weighing a bid for U.S. Senate. Now, we know damn well she ain't going to win in the red state of Texas, but she might just give, again, the Republicans exactly what they want. But one of the most craziest things happened here, where she is basically asked to apologize for naming a Jeffrey Epstein, who is a physician who, again, worked with and donated to Lee Zeldin's campaign. Apparently, she does not. Well, I'm just going to let you hear it for yourself. Here she is, literally being humiliated by the MSNBC host who is telling her to, hey, I think you should apologize, and maybe you should apologize and take this back and retract it. It'll probably make you look better. But watch what happens next.
Congresswoman, it wouldn't be a conversation with us if I didn't quickly put you on the spot on something. You made a little bit of news last week when you mistakenly accused Lee Zeldin and another Republican.
I didn't
accepting money from Jeffrey Epstein, but it was a different Jeffrey Epstein according to the financial records. Do you want to? I don't want to give you the opportunity to amend that. And
I have no amendments. When I was on the floor, for those that don't know how it works, basically they decided to bring this privilege motion up, and they decided that they wanted to kick Stacey off of her committees because Stacey had received Stacey Plaskett because she had received a donation from Jeffrey Epstein. I had maybe 20 minutes. We researched the FEC, and because I like to speak with specificity, that's kind of what comes with being an attorney. I made clear that there was a Jeffrey Epstein. They knew.
Comes with being an attorney. That's when the ego steps in, and that's what caused her to lose.
On the other side.
Oh boy. So, if you want to know what caused Jasmine Crockett to lose, this is it. No personality because she's trying to be somebody else. And the personality you display, you think everybody wants to see it. You're going for the hood rats. You're going for the sexy reds. You're going for the Cardi B's. No. Hey, like, subscribe, follow for more content. I will see you in the next video.